Imagine being paid in bread and beer to eat food off a corpse and take on that person's eternal sins. This was the job of the sin eater, and in rural Wales and Appalachia, it was very real. This is Morbid History. The tradition began in 17th and 18th century Wales and later took root in the Appalachian mountain communities. In isolated areas, far from churches or priests, families still feared that souls might not pass clearly into the afterlife. So they turned to a sin eater. A sin eater was called to the home after someone had died. A simple ritual would then take place. A piece of bread and a cup of ale or wine were placed on the chest of the deceased. The sin eater would sit at the foot of the bed, eat the bread, drink the ale, and in doing so, it was believed they absorbed the sins of the dead, so the soul could pass on cleansed. The job was deeply spiritual and deeply feared. People believed the sin eater became weighed down with spiritual rot, layer after layer of other people's guilt, crimes, and shame. They were seen as necessary, but also cursed. Most sin eaters lived in isolation, shunned by the very communities they served. In Appalachia, the practice lingered well into the early 1900s. Families in backwoods towns still held on to the ritual when no preacher could be found. A final act of grace, bought for the price of a crust of bread. Eventually, the sin eater faded from culture. Church doctrine pushed back, but their legacy remains eerie, forgotten, and strangely beautiful. They were the last to sit with the dead, and the first to carry what the dead left behind. Follow this page for more strange funeral rituals, forgotten folklore, and real stories that refuse to rest in peace. And for even deeper dives into our collective past, download the Morbid History Podcast. I'm your host, Thomas Gloom, and as always, remember, history can be a lot of things, including morbid.